Hello, friends. I welcome you to another podcast episode with me. In today's episode, I would like to address a question that keep coming my way, and this is in regards to mental health. Oftentimes, I found most of my clients, sometimes even prospects, and people in general reach out to me and ask me a very common question, which is about if somebody uh, in the close relation, a significant partner, spouse, or friends, maybe a best friend, parent, or sibling, somebody very close to, are undergoing some kind of mental health ailment or an issue, what is their role in it? A role of a caregiver, so to say, for somebody suffering from a mental health ailment. So, in this episode, friends, I just would like to tell you few correct approaches that you could adapt and few things that you could kind of avoid. To begin with, the first thing is mental health is a bit complex. Some issues are best treated by a psychologist, which do not require medication, while some you really need to take the person to a psychiatrist, which may where the psychiatrist can prescribe some medications. As a coach, I also do get cases where I redirect them to the right source. In any given case, if someone has been diagnosed with a mental health ailment or has been asked to see a therapist, a psychiatrist, or a psychologist, a role of a caregiver should be to ensure the person receives maximum support in terms of while they are struggling with their ailment, how one could really live a more meaningful life. So if, let's say, if your friend or a sibling or somebody very close has been diagnosed with depression or with a bipolar disorder or with some kind of psychosis, ADHD, attention deficit disorder, or any other thing where the person would be in need of support. Now, support is not really about sitting with them and telling them that it's okay, you can behave whichever way you want to behave. Rather, it's about doing a bit of research on that given ailment they're suffering from and understanding that in this given situation, the person might end up seeking more space and solitude for themselves than sitting and explaining what exactly they are going through. And a best way to support is to just hold space for them. Holding space is not really probing or trying to treat them or trying to question them or trying to keep a tab on where they are going, what they are thinking every minute or every hour, or keeping a track of their activities. It's about just being there for them, just letting them know that they have your support, that anytime they ever feel that they might need to see a doctor again, you will be available or can make arrangements for them to go visit a doctor if they're finding some kind of medications or some sort of a side effect. You can go along with them to the doctor, discuss, and also ensure, might even fetch them medicines. So very simple things like this, where just being with them, assuring them of your support, of your presence, is more than enough for anyone going through a mental ailment. Because mental health ailments sometimes may result in people changing their behavior, their seeking more alone time than being with people because they are already suffering from their own thoughts and behaviors. So the best way to support is to give them that space and let them be as they are and find their own ways to heal and come out of it. That could be one of the best ways that you could assist anyone ever. Besides this, where cases might be a little bit more tricky, difficult, or chronic, then ideally it is better that as a caregiver, you seek a lot of information from the doctor itself. Because while as a caregiver, you visit along with the person, ensure you speak with the doctor to learn the do's and don'ts that one need to do in order to give the needed support. That is the best thing one could ever do. Do not really check on Google or find from other knowledge sources that this particular disease or this particular ailment one should do this, because every person is different. And I think a doctor is an expert who's the best expert to let even the caregiver know what exactly is the right way and approach one should adapt. So if someone is undergoing a chronic depression, taking them to movies or on a picnic may not be a very good idea. Instead, if somebody is having an episode of a chronic depression, one could check with the doctor if how to reduce the dependency of medications over the long run and what best can be done as a caregiver, because the person may vary in age, in intensity, in their background, and many other things. So a doctor is the best person, friends. Always reach out to them. Or maybe the therapist who could, really give you the best information in regards to the support. The only thing that I would recommend to avoid here is to do any kind of internet search and look for tips and do it yourself methods, because mental health issues are best solved by experts who have studied intensively for like 7 to 10 years is the minimum, where you become a psychologist, and then maybe even 10 plus when medical practitioners become psychiatrists and have extensively worked with people. So I think we should leave this to those experts to really help, rather than we bringing our own limited knowledge on it. Well, that's all for today, friends. I hope you found this particular episode answering the common question that comes my way: what is my role as a caregiver to somebody suffering from a mental health ailment? Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.